Hey there guys, it's Cheyenne. Okay, so 80 Starfire is done. We'll be doing a proper shoot in that soon. I'll probably do some video of it. Just so you guys can see how everything kind of came together. In terms of stuff I've been making for myself, I've been doing a lot of spandex costumes lately. I've done a lot of jumpsuits, a lot of kind of superhero stuff. And I think it's time for me to do something that's going to be a little different, have some challenges for me in terms of construction, just something I haven't done before. And I have been rewatching this anime a bunch lately, so the next costume that is on the docket right now is going to be Anthy Himemiya from Revolutionary Girl Utena. I love this anime. I think that it is a complete masterpiece. I always loved her dress. I think that she's also just a really interesting character and a really kind of complex character. So I think that it's definitely something that's going to be fun, and I haven't made a ball gown really ever. So kind of the thought process that I'm coming from is, if Revolutionary Girl Utena had gotten a bunch of musicals like the Ceremony, the way that if you look at the way that they started doing their costumes in the musicals and how they've kind of evolved and gotten elaborate, that's kind of the thought process that I want to take and kind of reverse engineer something a little bit more opulent. I've always loved Rococo as an era and that kind of design aesthetic, so I think those are kind of my main elements. We're going to look at some of my sketches. So obviously we wanted to start with some just model sheets of the character. We'd have just the way that the costume is laid out. This was the first design that I ever did when I first decided that this was a character I wanted to do. So I did want to add a little bit. I wanted to add sword embroidery to it in a couple of places, but I didn't want to deviate from it too far at this point. This drawing is a couple of years old now. And the thing that I ended up hitting on was a lady's riding habit from the Rococo era, because if you look, it's got that same kind of peplum on it, and obviously I'm going to do it without the sleeves, but I really like the idea of doing something that's Rococo, because our kind of ideas about that time period were of these like really over-pampered aristocrats who were just completely disconnected from reality and living in their own little kind of fantasy world at the expense of all the people around them. And I feel like that's very Akio. I feel like that's very something that he would kind of pick out for her to wear. I also liked the idea of it being something that was going to be very restrictive for Anthy, kind of uncomfortable, something she wouldn't be able to move around in super freely, continuing kind of the symbolism of her kind of being in bondage to him and all of this stuff. Wanting to keep that sword motif, moved sort of back and forth on whether or not I wanted to do the swords. Now I'm leaning towards keeping it pretty simple in terms of having a ton of embellishment on it. I might incorporate the sword underskirt from this one. We'll see. I really want to kind of play it by ear in terms of what I'm going to add to it, because it's already going to be pretty luxe, because I am going to have the red velvet as the main fabric that I'm using, but you can kind of see the rough idea of what I'm doing. So yeah, the first step to getting Anthy made is going to be making the pocket hoops so that I can have the shape on the side, and then making the petticoat. So I'm going to be working on those this week. I'll hopefully have a video up on that in the next couple of days. So yeah, stay tuned for pocket hoops, stay tuned for the rest of putting this costume together. If you enjoyed this video and you aren't subscribed to my channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I put up new videos every Tuesday and every Saturday. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Bye!